Avoid these 10 ingredients. They clog arteries without you knowing. Senior health. There was a time when food shopping was simple. You knew what was in your food. Now many foods have strange chemicals that can harm your heart without you noticing. For seniors who want a healthy heart, the real problem isn't just obvious bad foods like French fries or salty snacks. The danger comes from hidden ingredients in everyday foods that companies hide behind fancy words and misleading packaging. Many older adults eat these artery-clogging ingredients every day in their toast, soup, or even foods labeled good for your heart. These ingredients are tricky because they don't make you feel sick right away. Instead, they build up slowly, narrowing your blood vessels bit by bit and reducing blood flow to your heart and brain. You might not notice any problems until you have a heart attack or stroke. Learning about these hidden ingredients now can help you make better choices that keep your blood flowing freely and help you stay healthy longer. Tell us where you're watching from. We read every comment. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single senior-friendly health tip. Now, let's unveil the first ingredient that might be clogging your arteries without your knowledge. Ingredient number 1, trans fats, the hidden heart saboteur. Food packages may boldly claim 0 grams trans fat, but don't be fooled. A tricky loophole lets companies write 0 grams if there's less than 0.5 grams per serving. Those small amounts add up fast when you eat multiple servings. Trans fats attack your heart health in 2 ways. They increase the bad cholesterol, LDL, that clogs your arteries while decreasing the good cholesterol, HDL, that cleans them out. This double problem is especially dangerous for seniors because arteries naturally stiffen with age. These harmful fats hide under confusing names like partially hydrogenated oils on ingredient lists. You'll find them in many packaged foods with long shelf lives: cookies, crackers, microwave popcorn, some margarines, and processed snacks. Even coffee creamers and breakfast bars that many seniors rely on for quick meals might contain them. Protecting yourself isn't complicated, but you need to be careful. Always read ingredient lists, not just the nutrition facts. Look specifically for partially hydrogenated oils or hydrogenated oils. Choose foods with shorter, simpler ingredient lists and those made with healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil instead. Remember what we have just said. Trans fats hide behind partially hydrogenated oils on ingredient lists, damage arteries through a double attack on cholesterol, and are particularly harmful for seniors whose blood vessels are already less flexible with age. Ingredient number 2, high fructose corn syrup, the sweet deception. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS, hides in surprising places, not just in sodas and sweets, but in bread, pasta sauce, salad dressings, and even healthy yogurts. Food companies love it because it's cheap and helps products last longer on shelves. Your body handles HFCS differently than regular sugar. Your liver processes it in a way that can lead to fatty liver disease, insulin problems, and higher fat levels in your blood. This is especially dangerous for seniors whose heart health may already be declining. Research shows HFCS causes inflammation throughout your body, including in your blood vessels. This inflammation is where artery blockages begin to form. What's worse, this sweetener doesn't make you feel full like other foods do, so you might eat more without realizing it. Many seniors grew up before HFCS existed. It only became common in the 1970s. Your body hasn't had time to adapt to this manufactured sweetener like it has with traditional sugars humans have eaten for centuries. The fix is simple. Check ingredient lists and choose foods sweetened with small amounts of honey, maple syrup, or regular sugar when needed. Even better, train yourself to enjoy less sweetness by adding fruit to plain foods instead of buying pre-sweetened versions. In summary, high fructose corn syrup hides in unexpected foods, causes arterial inflammation, raises triglycerides, and doesn't trigger normal fullness signals, making it particularly problematic for maintaining clear, healthy arteries as you age. Ingredient number 3, sodium nitrites and nitrates. Preservatives with a price. The pink color in bacon, ham, and deli meats comes from sodium nitrites and nitrates. These chemicals keep meat looking fresh and prevent bacteria, but they harm your arteries. When these preservatives enter your body, they form compounds called nitrosamines that cause inflammation and damage in blood vessels. This damage creates tiny injuries where cholesterol and calcium build up. For seniors who already have some artery narrowing, these additives can speed up blockages. What makes this worse is that these preservatives are in convenient foods many seniors rely on. Lunch meats for quick sandwiches and bacon for easy breakfasts. Eating these processed meats regularly keeps irritating your arteries day after day. The American Heart Association warns seniors about processed meats because they significantly increase heart disease and stroke risk. For healthier options, look for meats labeled uncured or no nitrates added. Though they don't last as long, they're much better for your arteries. Even better, try protein from plants like beans, lentils, and nuts, which have no preservatives at all. Before we move on, sodium nitrites and nitrates in processed meats form harmful compounds in the body that damage artery walls, creating landing spots for plaque to accumulate, an effect particularly problematic for seniors who may already have some arterial narrowing. Ingredient number 4, artificial food colorings. More than just eye appeal. Those bright colors in cereals, drinks, candies, and even some vitamin waters come from artificial dyes made from petroleum. While they make food look pretty, these synthetic colors can cause inflammation throughout your body, including in the delicate lining of your blood vessels. This is especially risky for seniors who may already have more inflammation due to aging. Yellow number 5, yellow number 6, and red number 40 are particularly concerning, as research links them to inflammatory responses similar to those caused by certain toxins. Inflammation in blood vessels is dangerous because it's a main cause of atherosclerosis, when arteries become narrow and hard with plaque. Inflamed artery linings collect more cholesterol and calcium, restricting blood flow to your heart and brain. What's tricky is these colors hide in healthy products, yogurts, protein bars, vitamins, and even some medicines. Many seniors think these items promote wellness, not realizing the bright colors might harm their heart. You don't need to give up colorful foods. Look for products colored with natural ingredients like beets, turmeric, or paprika instead of FD and C colors. Let's go over that again. Artificial food colorings trigger inflammatory responses in blood vessel linings, creating ideal conditions for plaque formation. And they're often hiding in supposedly healthy products that seniors consume, believing they're making good choices for their cardiovascular system. Ingredient number 5, monosodium glutamate, MSG, the hidden blood pressure trigger. MSG is a flavor enhancer that makes foods taste better without extra salt, sugar, or fat. It's in canned soups, salad dressings, restaurant meals, and many other foods. But for seniors, MSG can cause serious heart problems. Studies show MSG raises blood pressure, which damages artery walls. This pressure hurts the delicate lining of blood vessels, creating small injuries where plaque builds up. Since seniors' arteries are already less flexible with age, this extra pressure is especially harmful. MSG is everywhere in our food supply. You might expect it in Chinese food, though many places now say no MSG. But it also hides in crackers, side dishes, bouillon cubes, and seasoning mixes. Some medicines and supplements use it too. The tricky part is MSG doesn't always appear as monosodium glutamate on labels. It hides behind names like hydrolyzed protein, yeast extract, or just natural flavors. To protect your arteries, cook more meals from basic ingredients instead of using packaged foods. Use single herbs and spices rather than blends. When eating out, don't be afraid to ask if dishes contain MSG. In summary, MSG raises blood pressure, creating mechanical stress that damages artery walls and allows plaque to form. And it hides behind many different names on food labels, making it a particularly sneaky contributor to arterial narrowing for seniors. Ingredient number 6, palm oil, the artery-constricting fat. Palm oil has become very common in our food supply, often replacing trans fats in processed foods. While it's not as bad as trans fats, palm oil creates its own problems for heart health that seniors should know about. What makes palm oil unusual is that it stays semi-solid at room temperature despite coming from plants. This makes it useful for food processing, but bad for your circulation. With about 50% saturated fat, regular palm oil consumption raises LDL, bad cholesterol, which builds up plaque in arteries. For seniors who already have some narrowed arteries, foods with palm oil can make this worse faster. The tricky part is that palm oil appears in many foods marketed as healthy choices. Many trans fat-free cookies, crackers, and snacks just switch to palm oil instead. Some vegan products and even healthier microwave popcorn and breakfast bars contain it. Palm oil also increases inflammation in the body, which damages blood vessels and helps plaque form. When shopping, watch for different names like vegetable oil, palm kernel oil, or palmitate. Better options include products made with olive oil or avocado oil. Just to lock that in, palm oil raises LDL cholesterol levels, contributes to arterial plaque buildup, and often hides in healthier processed foods, making it a silent contributor to narrowed arteries and reduced circulation for seniors already facing age-related cardiovascular challenges. Ingredient number 7, refined white flour, the blood sugar spike that damages vessels. White bread, flour tortillas, and pasta all contain refined white flour that acts just like sugar in your body. This everyday ingredient causes blood sugar spikes that damage artery linings and speed up plaque buildup over time. When flour is refined, the healthy parts, bran and germ, are removed, taking away fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left is mostly starch that quickly turns to glucose when you eat it. For seniors, these sugar spikes are especially harmful because they trigger insulin surges that cause inflammation in blood vessels. New research shows these blood sugar swings damage the protective coating inside your blood vessels. When this protection is gone, cholesterol can more easily stick to artery walls, starting the process of narrowing. White flour is everywhere, not just in bread and pasta, but hiding in coating mixes, gravies, sauces, and many prepared foods. Even wheat bread often contains mostly white flour, with just a bit of whole wheat added. You don't need to avoid all bread products. Instead, choose true whole grain options where whole wheat flour, or another whole grain, is listed first on the ingredient label. Before we go further, remember that refined white flour causes blood sugar spikes that damage the protective lining of arteries, creating entry points for cholesterol to embed in vessel walls, a particularly serious concern for seniors whose vascular systems are already facing age-related challenges. Ingredient number 8, carrageenan, the inflammatory thickener. Carrageenan comes from seaweed, so it sounds healthy, but its effects on your body aren't gentle. Food companies use it to thicken and stabilize many dairy and non-dairy products like yogurt, ice cream, and plant milks. Research shows this ingredient causes inflammation in the digestive system that can spread throughout your body. When inflammation becomes widespread, it affects your artery walls, making them more likely to collect cholesterol and form plaque. For seniors who may already have more inflammation due to aging, carrageenan in everyday foods can speed up artery narrowing. What's concerning is that carrageenan hides in many health foods seniors choose thinking they're making heart-healthy choices. It's in many plant milks marketed as healthier alternatives to dairy, low-fat yogurts, cottage cheese, and other foods often recommended for senior nutrition. The inflammation from carrageenan can also block your body from absorbing important heart-protective nutrients, creating a double problem. The good news is many companies now make carrageenan-free products. When shopping, check ingredient lists carefully, especially on dairy and non-dairy items. Many brands now advertise carrageenan-free on their packaging. Let's go over that again. Carrageenan triggers inflammatory responses that can damage arterial walls, making them more vulnerable to plaque formation. And it's often hiding in health foods that seniors choose specifically for their perceived cardiovascular benefits. Ingredient number 9, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, the artery clogging fat still hiding in food. Despite rules limiting trans fats in foods, partially hydrogenated soybean oil still lurks in many processed products. This ingredient creates artificial trans fats, possibly the worst substance for heart health ever added to our food supply. The danger comes from its unusual structure that your body can't handle properly. These fats do double damage. They raise bad cholesterol while lowering good cholesterol. No other fat does both. For seniors, whose cholesterol balance becomes more important with age, even small amounts can seriously harm arteries. This ingredient often hides in foods with long shelf life that many seniors keep for convenience or emergencies. Look out for it in crackers, shelf-stable baked goods, non-dairy coffee creamers, and some breakfast cereals. While the FDA has tried to remove these fats, older products or foods made in places with fewer rules may still contain them. Restaurant foods, especially fried items and baked goods, might still be made with these oils, particularly in smaller places that haven't updated their ingredients. When shopping, read ingredient lists carefully. Any mention of partially hydrogenated oils is a danger sign for your heart. Choose products with healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil instead. When eating out, don't be afraid to ask about cooking oils. Your heart health is worth it. Before we move on, partially hydrogenated soybean oil creates artificial trans fats that simultaneously raise bad cholesterol and lower good cholesterol, making it particularly dangerous for seniors focused on maintaining clear, healthy arteries and preventing cardiovascular events. Ingredient number 10, sodium phosphate, the mineral balance disruptor. This seemingly innocent preservative and flavoring agent appears in numerous processed foods, from deli meats to processed cheeses to many instant soups and sauces. Sodium phosphate helps maintain moisture, prevent clumping, and enhance flavor. But its impact on arterial health deserves serious attention, especially for seniors. Research has linked high phosphate intake to accelerated calcification of blood vessels, a process where calcium deposits form in artery walls, making them stiff and narrow. This calcification process naturally occurs with aging, but certain dietary factors can dramatically speed it up. For seniors already experiencing some degree of arterial stiffening, additional phosphates from processed foods can exacerbate this serious cardiovascular concern. What makes sodium phosphate particularly problematic is that the body absorbs it much more efficiently than the phosphorus naturally present in foods like nuts, beans, and dairy. This means even small amounts on food labels can have disproportionate effects on phosphate levels in the bloodstream, potentially disrupting the delicate calcium-phosphorus balance that helps keep arteries flexible. The kidneys are responsible for removing excess phosphate from the body, but kidney function naturally declines with age. This creates a perfect storm for many seniors. More efficient absorption of artificial phosphates from food, combined with reduced ability to clear them from the bloodstream. The result can be accelerated vascular calcification and increasing arterial stiffness. When shopping, look for minimally processed alternatives to foods commonly containing phosphate additives. Choose fresh meats over processed ones, natural cheeses over processed cheese products, and homemade soups over instant varieties. These simpler options not only reduce phosphate intake, but usually contain other nutrients that actively support arterial health. Just to lock that in, sodium phosphate accelerates calcification of blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow, a process that's particularly concerning for seniors whose kidneys may be less efficient at clearing excess phosphates from the bloodstream. Bonus ingredient, caramel color, the hidden cancer promoter that also damages vessels. Many seniors reach for a cola or root beer as an occasional treat, unaware that the rich brown color comes from caramel coloring, specifically the type known as 4-methylimidazole, 4-MEI. This artificial coloring doesn't just give beverages their characteristic hue, it also introduces compounds that promote inflammation throughout the body, including in the arterial walls. When arterial walls become inflamed, they're more vulnerable to cholesterol deposition and plaque formation. For seniors, whose blood vessels may already show signs of age-related wear, this additional inflammatory burden can accelerate arterial narrowing and increase cardiovascular risk. Beyond its direct effects on blood vessels, caramel color containing 4-MEI has been classified as a possible human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. This means it may promote cellular changes that could lead to cancer development, adding another layer of concern beyond its cardiovascular effects. What makes caramel color particularly concerning is its widespread presence in foods beyond just sodas. It appears in many barbecue sauces, soy sauces, gravies, baked goods with dark colors, and even some breads and cereals. Many seniors consume these products regularly without realizing the potential impact on their arterial health. The solution is straightforward. Opt for naturally colored alternatives whenever possible. Choose light-colored sodas if you occasionally enjoy soft drinks. Or better yet, flavor water with fresh fruit for a refreshing beverage. Read ingredient lists carefully, looking specifically for caramel color or artificial color on products with rich brown hues. In short, caramel color, particularly containing 4-MEI, triggers inflammation in arterial walls that accelerates plaque formation and narrowing, while also introducing compounds classified as possible carcinogens into the body. Your body has an amazing capacity to heal and maintain itself, even in your senior years. By gradually reducing exposure to these artery-clogging ingredients, you're giving your cardiovascular system the respect and support it deserves after decades of faithful service. Which ingredient on this list surprised you most? Have you spotted any of these in your pantry lately? Drop your answer in the comments. We read every single one. Your insight might help another person become more aware of these hidden arterial threats. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe for more clear, honest, and practical health tips made just for seniors. We're here to help you navigate the complex world of nutrition with confidence, one simple choice at a time.